Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto4growmybag.tv. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And if you say Happy Christmas, the same to you and yours. There's a lot of news going on. I'm going to start with experts are saying that you shouldn't use paper checks. First of all, I haven't seen a check in a long time, but they're saying you shouldn't use paper checks because they're easily duplicated. This is true. The easily duplicated, easily printed, which means that they can cause a lot of bank fraud. Now, you sit back and you say to yourself, but checks used to be so secure. Yeah. But with identity theft being so easy and other things, you shouldn't have your personal information on your check. Look at your signature, look at your address, look at all that stuff. So a paper check is not so great. This plays straight into the hands of banks that want to close bank branches. Why? Because what are you doing there? The only people that actually need bank branches are companies and businesses that deal in cash because they want to have a way of depositing cash. Yeah. And you can see a number of bank branches being closed. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen bank branches go closed and, restaurants open up in their place and use the vaults as special dining rooms. And I'm just like, wow, things are changing. They want you to check everything electronically. So you can see how that squeeze is starting to happen. What squeeze, you say? The squeeze on jobs. If I don't need to have that many bank branches open, that means those people that work the bank branches or stores lose their jobs or beginning to lose their jobs. Where do they go? Yeah. So it's not as easy as you think. Even with loans, when you look at mortgages, most mortgages happen online. You're not going to a bank to go handle your mortgage 9 times out of 10. You're shopping online, you're doing it online. And then they send somebody to your house to, do all the paperwork. Yeah. Things are changing. Things really are changing. Then you have publicly traded Matador Technologies, a Canadian company. It's a gold trading platform. They're buying $4.5 million worth of Bitcoin. Wow. You can see the shift in businesses saying, yeah, that Bitcoin thing, that's a good way to go. That's a really good way to go. And they're doing it. And I'm expecting their stock price to go up too. But you're seeing it happen more and more, faster and faster. Have a little bit extra money? Let's go buy some Bitcoin. That's the answer. Right? That's what a lot of companies are doing. And then we've got poor little Hyperliquid. Poor little Hyperliquid is denying denying that North Korean hack, even though on-chain evidence shows otherwise. I'm kind of like, yeah, that's a good reason for me never to deal with Hyperliquid. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have a condition. I'll call it a condition. And my condition causes me to not deal with projects and companies that are not transparent. Yeah, it's a serious condition. And I know a lot of you have the same condition. So yeah, the fact that this, I spoke about this, yesterday? I started reading about it a couple of days ago. If you're going to deny the obvious, there's no reason for me to do business with you. Ever. Right? That's the way I look at it. My brother and I have this thing, we call it getting losed, because he refuses to shop at Lowe's because he had a very bad experience with one of the managers there. And he's just like, oh, okay, no problem. And he has never shopped at Lowe's since. So we call it getting losed. So yeah, Hyperliquid for me just got losed. I shop at Lowe's, but my brother doesn't. And that's just the name we use. So yeah, Hyperliquid, I have no reason to get involved with Hyperliquid. None whatsoever. On-chain data suggests otherwise, raising concerns over platform security. Yeah, they have a lot on the line. But I think it's easier to take it on the chin than it is to drag out the lie and then finally say, okay, we were hacked and this is what happened. No. You should just come straight out and just say, hey, something happened. We're looking into what happened, how it happened. We'll get back to you. I gave one of the best examples, earlier this month, Sui got hacked. Sui had a problem. Sui came out and said, hey, this was the problem. This is how we solved it. This is this is that, da. Full transparency. Now you know why I like Sui. Now you know why I like Sui. Just saying. There's no reason for me to deal with Hyperliquid because you had the opportunity to come clean and you didn't. You probably would have had everybody's sympathies. North Korea's trying to hack everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. So yeah, no, I'm good off Hyperliquid. I'm not going to even care what happens to them. Not at all. Then Macau, this is interesting. Hong Kong has its CBDC. China has its CBDC. Macau is saying they're going to develop their CBDC and link it to those two CBDCs for easier cross-border payments. And it's supposed to also be used for retail. And I'm like, wow. Wow. There are a lot of companies that are a lot of countries really moving toward this CBDC thing. And I'm like, that's too much control. A friend of mine and I just had a conversation yesterday about, there are certain nodes on Bitcoin that would like to be able to shut down different wallets. And I'm like, that's it's not really what people want. And when I look at governments with their CBDCs and having ultimate control over money, like, yeah, that's not what people want. That's not the answer. So that's what they're doing in Macau and Hong Kong and China. China influenced countries. Okay, fine. The rest of the world, I advise you not do that. I strongly advise you not do that. That would not bode well. France is well on its way to doing some kind of a CBDC, and I'm like, that's the dumbest thing. That is the dumbest thing. Because your economy is having a problem, and you're talking about a CBDC. European Union, same thing. I'm just like, that's not the brightest thing in the world to do. You guys need to take a step back and rethink that. The more you squeeze, the more people are going to leave. That's all I'm saying. Just putting it out there for you. Hopefully you catch on. You catch up. And you figure it out. Figure it the heck out. Now, some good news. There's a Singapore exchange out there that has now listed RLUSD. The exchange doesn't matter. It's local exchange. But the fact that there's a new Singaporean exchange out there accepting, not new, but now accepting RLUSD, trading RLUSD. You can see how, and so RLUSD came out, had a limited number of exchanges, and now this is the first one in Singapore to actually launch it. Singapore is a huge crypto hub. You cannot deny it, and you cannot ignore it. So that is a very big deal. And I suspect that RLUSD will make the rounds in Asia, Europe, and then come hit the United States. I'm interested to see what Coinbase does. I'm very interested to see what Coinbase does. Because Coinbase has Circle. They basically said goodbye to Tether and said, here's Circle. That's why there was so much uproar when they got rid of wrapped Bitcoin or WBTC. And they were like, oh, it's because of Justin Sun. If that event would have happened first, we probably believe them. But because they got rid of Tether and went basically strictly with USDC from Circle, makes it hard. It makes it hard to believe. So now that Circle is implanted in Coinbase, the question for me really is Coinbase going to step up to the plate and do the right thing and say, yeah, we're going to do, because what argument do they have? The argument against Tether could be, well, it's not fiat backed, or it's not, 100% backed by, reserves. It's foreign. They could come up with a number of reasons. You don't have those reasons with RLUSD. Yeah. So if you don't have those reasons for RLUSD, one would expect that you would work with RLUSD. And I'm going to tell you now, I do not expect them to do it. If they do, great. But I don't expect it. I don't expect it at all. And I look at Coinbase and I'm just like, yeah. There's no reason for you to deny RLUSD. None whatsoever. But they've got so much built around Circle. I'm like, so it's not just a matter of accepting it. It's like, oh no, we're going to do the same thing with them that we did with them. And, everything's even. Yeah. So nobody's talking about it yet, but they're on the hot seat. It's just like Binance. Binance at some point has to accept RLUSD. They're deeply in bed with Tether, but I think it's just because Tether's there. They let you use other coins. So I'm just sitting back and just watching the largest coins of the world, largest, centralized exchanges in the world, and see how they react to RLUSD. I suggest you do the same. Get the popcorn, the good stuff, the good stuff. Pop it yourself, all that good stuff. I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Then you've got Chainlink. Now, Chainlink's got a lot going on. Chainlink is launching a smart value recapture. Okay? Let me read it to you. Chainlink's SVR introduces solutions for DeFi applications to reclaim non-toxic MEV, boosting DeFi protocol revenues and token values for Chainlink and Aave. So yeah, at the same time, they're recognizing a deal between Chainlink and Aave. So Chainlink is doing something, and the guys the team that's looking at it first, Aave. That is a very big deal, and most people probably won't understand. Aave's got like 64% of the DeFi market. So if Aave does it, that's huge. Huge. That's a very big deal. Again, I'm sitting back and I'm saying, so now Aave would be in bed with Chainlink with that one thing, but then they could also get tied up with data because that's Chainlink's sweet spot. But it sounds like Chainlink's sweet spot is solving problems. Chainlink is solving problems. They're solving an interoperability problem with CCT and CCIP. They're solving, the MEV problem with SVR. See how this goes? You see how this goes? Give me a moment. I'm gonna get you something else. Yeah. Smart value capture, and MEV stands for maximal extractable value. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, Chainlink's making big moves. Big moves. And I'm all for it. I am all for it, people. Chainlink is one of the ones that I say is a part of the connective tissue, and they are holding true. They are holding true. We'll get into the numbers later, but wow. Then you've got MoonPay in talks to acquire Helio Pay for $150 million. That could actually strengthen its position in the Web3 payment space. Yeah. Just a wee bit. Yeah. So MoonPay is making moves. When I look at, how many companies are out there that, have, online businesses, online websites doing e-commerce. First of all, you should be hosting with my company, Rebel Reach, right? Because we've got PayPal, credit cards, and crypto. But I'm looking at that space maturing very well with moves like this. Hat tip to MoonPay. Now, what else is going on? North Korean hackers shut down Japanese crypto exchange. $305 million LinkedIn social engineering scam by North Korean hackers led to a breach of DMM Bitcoin, forcing the exchange to cease operations. Again, I'm waiting for the world to start going after North Korea. This is not a little thing. These are big things. You want to stop North Korea, you've got to stop their money. How do they get money? hacking. How do you stop hackers? Better hackers. There are lots of ways that you could put North Korea in the dark age. Just saying. There are lots of ways. Lots and lots of ways. Lots and lots and lots of ways. You mean to tell me that you don't know what IP addresses are coming from North Korea? Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they have plants all around the world, like the ones we just heard about. I think it was UAE, where they were using a shell company. But somehow that money is getting back to North Korea. There's got to be a way to go after North Korea. Not physically, not through normal war, but I'm saying there's got to be a way that we can start going after North Korea. And you've got to go after North Korea, the other countries that are doing business with North Korea. Just saying. Just saying. There are ways. We need to start exploring those ways. They're stealing billions per year. Billions per year. Just saying, it's bigger than you think. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let me get my notes out of the way. All righty. So let's start with the GMB Crypto Tracker Top 25 Losers. All right. It's not too long of a list. It stops right there. Not bad, because you know I have the 5% rule, so it stops right there at Mocha. I don't even know what the heck that is. No idea what that is. Let's go over to the winners. There's nothing to see here. Farcoin back on top, up 30%. Only 31% off its all-time high with a 0.46 GMBX factor. Pudgy Penguins, Pengu, that token took a nosedive. Still down 47% off its all-time high when it first came out. It's got a 0.92 GMBX factor, but it's still up 28%. So if you bought on that 50% dip, now that's a strategy that I've been talking about for a while. These coins, meme coins, most of them, like 90 some odd percent of them, take a nosedive within the first 30 days, right? Of about 50%. And then they start reaching normalcy. If there's a buy time, there's the buy time. Give it 30 days. Give it that drop. Then you could probably buy and make some money, because 28% is not a bad move. 30%, not a bad move. Just saying, pay attention. Do your own research. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. The GMB3, pay attention, people. That's a good thing to know. Then you've got, let's see, BitGet token up 20%, a GMBX factor of nothing. You want to know why? That's a new all-time high for BitGet. Usual just cut a deal. They just had got a cash influx with Kraken leading the way for them. So that's a very big deal. I think it was like $10 million or something like that, $15 million. So that's a very big deal for Usual, and it's up 23% on that news. Then you've got Virtual's protocol up 18%. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.04, another one that's hitting all-time highs and firing on all cylinders. Do your own research and see where you want to invest. Then you've got Hedera. Hedera is up 13.24% with a GMBX factor of 0.18. As you know, I do hold a bag of Hedera. I do like Hedera. HNT Helium is up 13.13%, and it's got a GMBX factor of 6.25. Can it do it in this bull run? Interesting. I think possibility is there. I think the possibility is there. Who else is up? ZK Sync is up 11% with a GMBX factor of 0.6. Let's see. Aave is up 10.77% with a GMBX factor of 0.77. You know I like Aave. And that's about it. Turbo is up over 10%, 10.42% with a GMBX factor of 0.54. There are lots of coins out there that you should be paying attention to. So I really want you to do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That is a must. That is an absolute must. Then when you look at the Fear and Greed Index, it's at 73. It was 70 yesterday. DeFi Llama, we're up to 134 after being at about 130, 131 yesterday. On the big board, this is why we use the GMB Crypto Tracker, because it helps us put all this back into perspective. Now, I want you to look at Sol. It's up at 192. Yesterday is in the 170s. It's a big jump. It's a nice jump. It's going to continue to jump, I believe, and it'll get back to over 200. Like I said, H bar is up, but look at all these other ones: BCH, XRP, ETH, BTC. You have a lot of coins over here that are really good ideas to get involved in. Just a couple of days ago, I'm looking at Link and I'm like, yeah, what was it? Just what, 5 days, 6 days? And Link was in the 30s? Tell me that's not a good place to get in. SHIB is back at 22. I think it was in the teens a couple of days ago, 21. It's at 22 now. Pepe is up a little bit. Doge is up a little bit. Doge is at 32. Is at 31 the other day. I'm just saying there are opportunities here that when the next pop happens, a lot of these coins are also going to pop. Let's go over to this one. I want to see something first. Look at that. You see how we're consolidating in this space? Again, we find ourselves between 93,434 and 99,655. Do we dip below every now and then? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then when we originally busted through. So yeah, we do have an opportunity to see these things happen. But I'm telling you, pay attention to what's going on, because I firmly believe that we're on a gentle upward trajectory. From this low point over here to this point over here, you normally want 3 lines, but you can see if I was to draw a line there, it's not straight. It is angled up a little bit. It is angled up. So it gives me hope that there will be a Santa rally. It gives me big hope that there will be a Santa rally. Again, the Santa rally is the last 5 days of the year and the first 2 days of the new year. So we'll see what happens. And remember, cryptos don't sleep. Cryptos are stateless. It's 24-hour operations, baby. 24-hour operations. So pay attention to these things, because it's going to be big. All right. Let's take a look at this. Let it load up, because we want to look at the numbers. I should have preloaded that, but whatever. We're at 94,000 for Bitcoin. We're at 3,400 for Ethereum. Those are good numbers on the year to date. I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing a lot of opportunity right now. A lot of opportunity. All right. Don't sleep on certain things. Solana is under $100,000 in market cap. Still more than twice the size of Doge, but it's still under $100,000. And so is BNB. Look who's staying steady above 100. XRP. Something else I wanted to call to your attention. Yeah, Cardano's under $1. If I get into Cardano right now, I'm gonna gain at least 10% in the very near future, because it'll be back over $1. Just saying, that's my thinking on Cardano, and that would be a very big deal. That puts Cardano back in the running to take over Doge. Then when you look at Avalanche, you're kind of like, Avalanche made moves. Tron is number 10 between Cardano and Avalanche. But I don't pay attention to Tron. I don't like Tron. I don't like Justin Sun, period. Then you've got Chainlink has moved all the way up to the number 12 spot. People weren't paying attention, and Chainlink came out of nowhere. Chainlink was way lower down. And here's Chainlink at number 12. It's in the top 15 coins. Just saying, pay attention. This is not something to sleep on. Not at all. Then you have Toncoin and Sui right on its heels. Right on its heels. Shiba Inu, not that far away. Hedera, not that far away. Hedera used to be way down. Stellar, not that far away. Polkadot, not that far away. Bitcoin Cash, not that far away. I'm telling you, folks, pay attention. There are opportunities out here, and we're starting to see a change. Major changes in the old guard. The top 10 is destined to change within the next 3 months. First quarter 2025, I believe we're going to see big changes in the top 10. And I think we'll also see big changes in the top 25. So anyway, that's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Thank you so much for watching. I will be on tonight. I was contemplating, and I'm pretty sure I will be there. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, even though I know it is Christmas Eve, but festivities in my house don't start until later, so I might as well bang out another live, right? There's a lot going on. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and just keep bringing more and more news. I like learning with you guys. The GMB community is growing and I love it. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.